Hello everyone, welcome back to Angela's Craft Room. Today I want to show you this new product I've been using. It is from Stampin' Up, but it's Sizzix, so I'm sure it's available other than at Stampin' Up. It's Sizzix adhesive sheets, and I'll just show you what I've been using them for because they're just unreal. So for your Thinlit, all those intricate Thinlits, but what I've been using it for is my words. And you know how when you cut them out, and I've got one cut out here, it says you, and how normally I would be trying to put glue all over this bit here, and it gets very fiddly and you get glue all over you. Well, no more. The adhesive sheets are the best thing. So I've been using it, as I said, for my words that I cut out, and I just want to show you how easy it is to adhere them using the adhesive sheets. But as I said, if you've got any intricate dies, this would be the best thing for you. Okay, so I'm going to make a card as well, but it's hopefully going to be a quick card because I've stamped the flowers and everything out. So I cut a piece of the Sizzix adhesive sheets. So I forgot to tell you, the pack they come in, it's like about 6 inches wide by 12 inches long, and you get, how many do you get? You get 12 of those in each pack, and I mean, it's just, I think it will last me forever. It's not something I use every day. So what you do is where it says peel here, you peel this off, right, peel that off. Now that bit gets thrown in the bin. Now on this bit, you can see it just come off in my fingers there, is all your adhesive. That's got adhesive all over it. So what you do, let's get it in view, then you get your cardstock or your foil sheets, glimmer sheets, whatever you want to cut your word out in this instance, and you just want to try and not touch the adhesive. It's so strong, and then we just pop that down on there. So now the adhesive is stuck to the back of your cardstock. Okay, so then say I wanted to cut out the word you, I would put the sandwich through the Big Shot, is your Big Shot platform, then your thin die adapter, then one clear sheet, and then the adhesive sheet which is stuck to the cardstock, which I've put on there, and then you would just put your word on top of that, and then pop your clear plate on top of that, and then you would just feed that through your Big Shot. Okay, so then what comes out is the word you, all cut out nice, but the difference is then you've got this adhesive sheet, see, on the back, and when you're ready to put it onto your card, you're just going to peel that off. So that's my big technique tip today, and I'm just thrilled to share it with you. Now I'm going to do a card. It's a bit of a different card. As you can see, I've already cut a piece off it. So it measures 11 inches long by 4 1/8 of an inch wide, and then scored at 5 1/2. But then I've cut just off the front, I've cut a 2-inch piece off there. So it's not a magic figure 2 inches. You can just cut off whatever you want. It's just a different style card. And then I've just cut a piece of Bermuda Bay to fit there, and a piece of, I had some of this left over, so a piece of, it is cardstock but it's very thick. So I'm just going to glue those two together. So this is just another layout that you can use with your cards. So you just haven't got the normal full front. You've cut that 2-inch piece away, and I'll show you what we're going to do with that. So then I'm just going to glue that down so it's as even as possible. Just give it a little soft rub so we don't move it too much. Oh, I just tell you, I'm just loving these adhesive sheets so much. I just had to share it with you. So, a little bit of glue on there. If you get a bit of glue, just excuse me while I just grab my adhesive rubber. So, these last a lifetime, these adhesive rubbers, and that will take off that little bit of glue, but it must be dried glue. Okay. It's just, this is the sort of cardstock that everything sticks to it. So then I'm going to glue that onto the bottom part. So remember I cut the top bit off. So I'm going to glue that onto there. So then I'm just going to glue that onto that bottom piece of the front of my card, and just as even as I can, because I'm working with black and it's a bit hard to tell. But once I put the piece inside, you'll see. So then I've got a piece of Bermuda Bay which I'm going to put in there. Now that measures 5 1/4 inches by 3 7/8, so it's just my normal size that I have inside my cards. Most of my cards are the same measurements. It's just if I do something different, like layering and that. Now I haven't given you the measurements of the bottom, those two bottom pieces that I've just glued to the front, because they were just literally, I was just cutting a piece away and I just wanted to layer it. So, you know, it's no magic measurements. All you need to do is just cut your piece away from the front first, and then just layer a couple of pieces on front. That's all you need to do. Now, with the adhesive sheet, what I did was I used a piece of copper foil paper and I cut out the word celebrate. Now normally I would be gluing all that at the back, as you would know, but I just have to, it's just a matter of getting it started. But it's a small price to pay. There we go. It's a small price to pay for not having to glue all the back. So that, oops, so you can see that coming off, and that's just the adhesive backing. There's no sticky on that. But if you wanted to, if you really wanted to, you could keep that, but then you'd have to glue the back of it, wouldn't you? So I'm just not doing that anymore. So then I just want to pop my Celebrate down and just tap it down. Because it's a long word, sometimes it's a bit hard to keep it straight. And look how easy that is to adhere that to your card. That is just awesome. I tell you, I just love it. So that's there. And then there's been another bit of glue bit there. Anyway, then I thought I would cut a piece out in Bermuda Bay to go there. I did have a piece in the copper, but I think that's just too much copper. I'm going to pop the... So just taking that off the back and popping that down. And just patting it down, and it just glues so easily, no mess. Oh, I just love it. Now to finish that off, I have punched out a heap, stamped and punched out a heap of flowers. Okay, so I'm going to start in the middle as I normally do, and I'm just using my dimensionals. So we'll only need one dimensional under each flower, which is pretty awesome. And I should be using my tweezers. So that didn't go dead in the center. We don't want to see any dimensionals. And I'm not bothering to curl up my, I should, but I'm not, curl up my leaves like I normally do. It was, I might just curl them up a little bit. It was just mainly, I really wanted to show you this new product that I have discovered. I'm sure Stampin' Up's had it for a while, but so that goes there. Then we're just going to put a piece either side. So grab. So these little flowers, you don't have to use the same ones as I do. But this is from a retired set called Petite Petals, and I had the Petite Petals punch as well. So I've kept those even though they're retired from Stampin' Up. So you might even have them, but you can just use whatever you want, or you might not even want to do this the way I'm doing it across the border, but I think it looks really effective. And then just pop this one on this side. So you could just have the three there if you wanted to, but I'm going to go all the way across. So just a couple more. And I'm going to show you at the end a different, I haven't made it yet. I might even do it next, but I think this would look really nice if you did it with butterflies, but in the portrait style, which I'll show you as soon as I finish popping these couple of extra flowers on. And I do like to overlap my flowers. Let's see, I've got one there. So obviously I didn't start dead in the centre, but that's alright. I can't really stretch that out. Yeah, so that's what I'll do, is I'll put the one on the end first. It's always an answer. So I'm just going to put that right on the end, and it might even go off there a little bit, but that's okay. See if I can stretch this one out a little bit. So just one more on there, and I hope those ladies that ask for shorter tutorials are finding these a bit better for you. Let's peel that off, and just so it's even with the other end, I'm just going to put that there, and I'm just going to put that one, the last one, just on top, just to cover that gap. Okay. I'm always happy if you leave comments, like even if they might be a bit negative. It helps me to do the videos in a way that you want them done. I know when I first started 2 years ago, I know my videos were quite long, but I have cut them right. I don't edit them, but I do try and have a lot pre-cut and that before. So look at that, I love that. But I'm just going to put some pearls just in the center to finish them off, and that will only take a couple of seconds. But you can use whatever flowers you've got. This is just an ideal, this how I've used the Petite petals, but you could use any flowers, you could use butterflies, you know, what about teapots and kettles and things, like just whatever stamp sets you use. I would love to hear that you're using them, just using my techniques. I don't mind if you copy my cards. I always say that, I don't mind. That's why I do it, because I love to share my ideals. I live in a very small country town, and no one here is interested in crafting, sadly. So there we go. And then you open it and you've still got plenty of room there to write. But it's just a different sort of layout to what I normally do. And also, but the main thing, I wanted to show you those adhesive sheets, using them with your words and any intricate Thinlits you have, they would work a magic with those. Now the other thing you could do is you could have this orientation where you're opening the card this way, and you could have butterflies all going up there. So that's another thought as well. So I hope you enjoyed that tutorial, and I hope that technique does help you with your card making. And until next time, happy crafting!